It's morphin' time. Pterodactyl.
Hi there, this is Datila with Rangers of Wrestling, bringing you the It's Wrestling Time Monday Night Raw post show. All right, so Monday Night Raw kicked off with Brock Lesnar. Oh, and then while Brock Lesnar was in the ring, there was a backstage promo with Bobby Lashley saying that the Hurt Business was no more, which is odd because they literally kind of just reunited a couple weeks ago. Heyman introduced Brock Lesnar like always. And then Lesnar acknowledged the city of Philadelphia. Then Bobby Lashley came out and interrupted him and said that it's an honor to stand in the ring and share the same spotlight with Brock Lesnar. He also, let's see, we got Steve in the chat. He also said that for 20 years, Brock Lesnar has been ducking and running from Lashley. And Lesnar apologizes, but he says that for the last 20 years, he's been winning championships, and that with all due respect, he would have beaten Lashley already. Danny Statton say, I didn't watch wrestling. How come? And then Lesnar says he does a knock-knock joke, which Paul Heyman thinks it's odd. He says he's seen it all in Philly. And Paul Heyman says, Bobby who? And then Brock Lesnar says, exactly. So he's basically saying that he doesn't know who Bobby Lashley is. And then he says that it's impossible to beat Lesnar. Brock Lesnar says it's impossible to beat him. And Brock Lesnar calls Bobby Lashley a Brock Lesnar wannabe. I was like, damn. When I heard that, that was crazy. Brock Lesnar calling Bobby Lashley a Brock Lesnar wannabe. What did you guys think about that? That to me was like, oh my god. Then, if the segment would have ended there, it would have been. Is my others far, far away? Okay. Hi, girl. Hi. Then the Hurt Business come out, and Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin attack Bobby Lashley, but basically Bobby Lashley attacks them back, and that ends the first segment. After this, we get a Raw Tag Team title match. It's RKBro versus Alpha Academy. I was going to say American Alpha Academy. I actually like this match. Chad Gable, Matt Riddle had a great single match. Hopefully you can see more. And Riddle took out Chad Gable on the outside. And Orton hit Chad Gable with a snap body slam. And then there was a superplex from the top rope to Chad Gable, and then Matt Riddle was outside trying to hype up the crowd to cheer for Orton. Then Otis took out Matt Riddle, and Alpha Academy ended up victorious. Yes, so we have new Raw Tag Team Champions. So the seeds have slowly been planting. There was no follow-up segment to this, so I'm curious to see what's going to happen next week, because now it seems to me that they're going to split up RKBro. I mean, there was that tease where Randy Orton did the RKO. Last week, Matt Riddle did not tag in Randy Orton, and Randy even told Riddle that if he doesn't know what to do, just to tag in Randy. And Riddle got taken out and could not stop the pin, allowing Randy to get pinned. So I honestly think RKBro is done for. What do you guys think? Then afterwards, we get a 6-man tag match. It's Damian Priest and the Street Profits versus the Dirty Dawgz and Apollo Crews. So Priest was dominating the Dirty Dawgz. And then the Street Profits, it was their turn to dominate the Dirty Dogs. Dawkins was left alone to take on Rude, but Apollo Crews ended up saving the match. And Damien ended up getting distracted by Commander Aziz. And Montez Ford took out everyone that was on the outside, and the Dirty Dogs and Apollo Crews ended up victorious. So it seems like they'll be pushing the Dirty Dogs next in line for the tag titles, and Apollo Crews for the US title. So we'll see where that goes. Then we had a Seth Freakin Rollins segment. He called Lesnar and Ashley nincompoops. I thought that was hilarious. And he says he will face Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. If you guys recall, last week on SmackDown, we found out that it will be Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. He said how did he get himself in this match? Did he get himself an advocate? Did he get himself a special counsel? No, he said he did it all by himself. And he said that there's only three things that are inevitable: death, taxes, and Seth Rollins beating Roman Reigns. Then Big E came out and said he was excited for for Seth Rollins. And he officially entered the Rumble match. And Seth Rollins says Big E doesn't stand a chance against him. And Big E wanted to face Seth Rollins tonight. And actually, they wanted to face each other in that instant. So, I don't know why it's Lesnar. I still don't know why it's Lesnar versus Lashley at the Royal Rumble and Seth versus Roman at the Royal Rumble. So Big E just doesn't get his rematch. Is that what it is? Big E just to hell with his rematch, right? So then we get Seth Rollins versus Big E, which I actually enjoyed. It wasn't a bad match. Of course, Seth Rollins ends up being victorious because he hits Big E with that curb stomp to win the match. But like I said, I like this match. So I don't know where we go from here with Big E and Seth Rollins. And I wonder what's going to happen with Seth Rollins pairing with KO. So then we get Nikki, A.s.h, and Rhea Ripley segment. So I have to say, Nikki, A.s.h declared she wanted a rematch against Carmella and Queen Zelina. But Rhea thought that they should go their separate ways now. Rhea extended her hand to Nikki, A.s.h, but Nikki didn't shake her hand. She said she would shake her hand if she told her that she didn't believe in her anymore. But Rhea tells her that she still believes in her and that she will still continue to believe in her even after they go their separate ways. And Nikki tells her that can they still be friends? And Rhea says, yeah, they can still be friends. And then Nikki and Rhea hug in the ring. And you think it's all cheerful. But what ends up happening is, to my surprise, Nikki, A.s.h is the one who attacks Rhea, turning heel. So it's interesting they went with Nikki, A.s.h. I was not expecting that, honestly. That was such a swerve, pun intended, if you're listening. So she would call herself Nikki, A.s.h because she's almost a superhero. Is she going to call herself Nikki, A.s.v, almost a villain now? But with Nikki, A.s.h and Rhea Ripley splitting, the women's tag team division is dead. Who is left to face Carmella and Queen Zelina? No one. The tag division is dead. Those titles might as well be props or be eliminated completely, because at this point, Queen Zelina and Carmella are going to have a very long title reign, because honestly, who is left to face them? Who? You fired half your roster. You split up tag teams left and right. There's no one. No one to face them. So, yep, those belts mean absolutely nothing. Unless you merge them with the NXT belts. But, I don't know. Then we got Omos versus a local jobber. This was pointless. I didn't even catch the guy's name. I don't think it even said his name. So I just put here a local jobber. This was basically a squash match. Omos just destroyed him. Even commentary didn't give this guy a name. Did anybody find out what this poor guy's name was? put him, like I said, I just call him a local jobber. So with this wouldn't be an issue if this was Omos was just debuting as a wrestler and he was squashing people left and right. But that's not the case here. Omos has already been established as a monster. I mean, AJ Styles worked with him. He shouldn't be facing local jobbers. But the reason that he is because he's not ready. He's just not ready to be by himself. He looked good last week, but that's because AJ Styles carried him. But against somebody else, I don't think he's going to look good. He's not. You know? So he's either going to be the next Undertaker or he's going to be the next Great Khali. And unfortunately, it looks like he might be the next Great Khali. But yeah, he's definitely, he should not be facing jobbers at this point. He should be facing wrestlers. But he's just not ready. Steve Callahan saying they're dying slowly. I don't think they are dying slowly. Then we had the cutting edge with Beth Phoenix. So Edge said that they're the only couple in the WWE Hall of Fame. And then he shows footage of Beth's career. The Miz and Maurice interrupt Edge and Beth Phoenix. Miz questions of what kind of man has a woman fight his battles, which is kind of ironic because he's done that with Maurice plenty of times. And then Miz shows a video package of Maurice. And then Edge says that he and Beth Phoenix respect Maurice. And then Beth says it's strange that Maurice is quiet like a mouse, considering that she was talking smack. Then Miz speaks on Maurice's behalf, saying that what Maurice is going to do to Beth. And as Miz is talking, Maurice walks away. Maurice scared. Yeah, she's definitely scared. So I thought that was hilarious. And Maurice just left Miz hanging. Alright. So after that, we get AJ Styles versus Austin Theory. First of all, I have to say, I was enjoying the match. But I disagree with the finish. The match ends in DQ because Grayson Waller, who apparently is feuding with AJ Styles down on NXT, gets involved and costs AJ the match. So I'm assuming that means because he attacked AJ. So yeah, I guess they're having their feud showcase on Raw. So I mean, I don't watch NXT, so I don't know what's going on with that feud on NXT. If somebody can fill me in, that'd be great. So then in the main event, we get a triple threat. Oh, actually, before the main event, we actually get a promo with Alexa Bliss. She's like in some psychiatrist office and she starts going crazy. So it seems like she's still keeping the Sister Abigail gimmick, but I don't know if they're supposed to like transform her back to her old gimmick with this. I don't know whether this is going. But where is Veer? Where is Elias? Where happened to T-Bar? What happened to Mace? What happened to all these people? Seriously, like what happened to them? Should I be worried about Veer? Been on his way to Raw since October. That Alexa segment was, yeah, definitely. I don't know where they're going with that Alexa segment. I really don't. But anywho, after that, we get a triple threat match. And the winner gets to face Becky Lynch at the Royal Rumble. So it's Bianca BelAir versus Liv Morgan versus Doudrop. Not gonna lie, I was enjoying this main event. I really was. Liv Morgan tried to stop on Doudrop, but Doudrop simply shoved her. Liv Morgan dropped BelAir and Doudrop, surprise, surprise. Doudrop with a crossbody to Liv Morgan and Bianca. Liv Morgan went face first onto Bianca because of Doudrop. Then at one point, Liv Morgan and Bianca BelAir were just going at it because Doudrop got knocked out. 450 splash to both Liv Morgan and Doudrop. And just as it seemed that Bianca BelAir was going to win the match, Becky Lynch interfered, pulled her off Liv Morgan. Then Bianca chased her around the ring, and Becky sent her over the announce table. And then it allowed Doudrop to win. And Becky basically tried to attack her, but Doudrop showed her strength, and Becky ran. Well, said that the only reason Doudrop won was because of her. All right, so I think it's pretty obvious Doudrop's losing at the Royal Rumble, so I think this match was kind of pointless. But I do give some type of credit to WWE for at least giving us a fresh match at the Royal Rumble. We have yet to see Doudrop versus Becky Lynch, but I'm just worried that we're going to get a repeat match at Mania. And with Charlotte being in the Royal Rumble, I would not be surprised if Charlotte wins that thing and challenges Becky Lynch. Oh my God. I'm giving them ideas. I don't want that to happen, but I honestly, at this point, I don't know who's going to end up facing Becky. If it's not Charlotte, it's going to be Bianca again. Or if it's not Bianca, it's going to be Liv Morgan. Personally, I would have preferred if Doudrop won the Royal Rumble, but that's not going to happen unless the match takes place before. But even then, who's to say? Steve Callahan getting a 5 out of 10. I'd give it, let me see. I did enjoy some things. I enjoyed the Brock Lesnar segment, that's for sure. I enjoyed the tag team match. The 6-man tag match was okay. Seth freaking Rollins, that was okay. Seth Rollins versus Big E, I enjoyed. This Omos versus the Logo Jobber, we could do without. Cutting Edge, it was okay. The main event was okay. You know what? I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 and a 5 out of 10, like Steve Callahan gave it. It wasn't too bad of a terrible Raw, but it just wasn't all that great. I felt like I feel like they were all over the place a bit. But that's just me. Well, thank you guys all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday after AEW Dynamite. Bye.